Well, Godot is an interesting program, and there's a lot of things I've been trying to figure out how to do, and this took me a good 2 weeks. First, I basically, this green area here, let's just assume this is the game tile map that convoys are going back and forth from towns from. And let's assume that this is a town from the last video. And I decided, well, what if there's a bar here and people go into the bar? What if there's an interior to the bar? And I want that to be a completely separate tile map that can pop up and leave and be hidden. But when it's hidden, they'll have bar ID or AI, what to do when you're in a bar. And they'll be doing that in this. Let's just assume this is a bar interior. And this can pop up, and this can be shown and not shown, and it would overlay the town, the position where the bar would be. But how do you transfer? I couldn't figure out how I'd transfer the characters from this tile map to this tile map so that its pathing would read this tile map independent of this tile map, while this other tile map has its own independence. And that's where Subviewports come in. And that was 4 or 5 days trying to get these things to work, which you need to have a container, and then you slap a subviewport under the container, and this is the view of the subviewport, which you can kind of dick around with to make everything actually fit. These all have size settings you got to mess with. And a marker 2D, and that's where I'm going to actually instance the characters into the main square where they're going to be positioned to. And then you have a tile map inside the subviewport, and then other map area is this. This transitions to this map, and of course the collision shape. Now, the one thing I got really confused with subviewports is don't ever try to move this stuff independently inside the subviewport. If you want to, for example, reposition this other area thing, or you want to figure out where the heck did I put this marker 2D because it doesn't show here, you got to grab the tile map, bring it back out. Go ahead and grab the marker 2D and bring that out. And there's our marker 2D. So now I can go ahead and move that around if I wish. And the area 2D, I can move that around if I wish, but you can't do that when you're in a subviewport. You also can't edit the tile set when you're in a subviewport. Always bring things out of the subviewport. I've made so many errors in trying to understand how these things work, and I couldn't really find anything online about it. So we'll put you right back under your subviewport where you belong. Now, the subviewport container is a completely separate canvas layer, and I have 2 of them. This is one, this is the second one, this is the other map. We'll just call it bar interior, and this is our main, and we're just going to call this main square, and other interiors from the town will split off into the main square. So I couldn't figure out, once I figured out, okay, I got the tile map separate, I couldn't figure out, well, I screwed up. Because the code, the movement code, which is just a standard A-star 2D code I've been working with, finds this tile map and its solids and its edges just fine. But the minute I could get something transferred over here, it just errors out that it could never, the path was incorrect. And it's because I screwed up with tilemap 2, where, okay, well, I kind of want you on node 2D, so I know where you are, where I put its marker, because tilemap 2 is now laid here. because you kind of have to have, for A star, you kind of want your origins at 0, 0, I think. I had their marker where they were getting placed all the way down here accidentally, because originally I'd made the tile map down here and nothing was working. And then once they were supposed to spawn over there, there were still errors all over the place because they were trying to spawn in the sub viewport in an area that doesn't exist in the sub viewport. So I'll bring that back and we'll put you there and move all of you back into your proper sub viewport. And then to my surprise, I was able to get them to go, oh crap, there we go. All right, I gotta yank you out and fix your marker. You're too close. Yeah, put you there. Now put you right back in. That's better. And then once I had this going, and I finally got the tile maps working, I was like, wait a minute, how do I do this back and forth transfer? And it turns out it's very simple, and I was overcomplicating it. Basically, this very simple character body is just, it's the only thing it cares about is what tile map it is on. That's it. And that's so that A star 2D grid can pass through that particular tile map. And so for that, I needed a tile map. I needed tile map size of that particular tile map. And that's where onTreeEntered comes in, because as soon as this, even when it's moved, it comes, okay, it's a little complicated. So they're spawned on the main tile map. And that's right here on the ready, because this is just a base test of how I can get all this going. So I'm spawning 3 of them for I and 3, instantiate 3 of these guys. Oops. My name doesn't matter anymore. I was just saying I is my name, which doesn't seem to work correctly. And then I'm positioning it and I'm adding the child. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah. I was thinking, so what it's doing, I was thinking, you know, I have to figure out, the character itself has to figure out what tile map they're on. And then they have to figure out what tile map they're going to. And that's where I screwed up. They only have to figure out what tile map they are on, because the tile map itself is going to have the code to exit this tile map, because this is specifically an area teleport to this area. This is specifically an area teleport to this area. So on tile map, we've got this area 2D that is area entered on the main tile map. And that's right here, function on area 2D, area entered area. And you notice character bodies also are in area 2D, and they have a collision shape. If you try to do it in here, this code in here, you're going to pick up yourself and not what you're colliding into. At least that's what I found was happening to me. So the only thing that happens here, and I had to work backwards from a very complicated, I had signals everywhere, and I was just screwed up. It's very simple. From the tile map leading to the other tile map, the area 2D entered area is going to be the character that hit that collision. And you're just going to remove that character, because area is the character. And you're going to, now a remove child does not queue free or object free the child. It simply removes it from the tree, but it's still in memory. And that's key here. So I just do a signal bus, emit signal, moving to other area, and I'm saying this dude is going there. And it's going to tile map 2. So tile map 2 has it's connected to move to other area, and it's going to this function of onMoving. So onMoving takes who, which is the area from the other one. So it's the particular character that bumped into the area. That particular character is getting its tile map changed to tilemap 2 so that it can move on it. And you have to call deferred add child who, because you'll get errors. And then you position it to marker 2D2 position, which is this map's entrance position. And that's it. I think. Yeah, that's it. And that gets this character that walks into here over here. And it's using this tile map to do its pathing that. Ideally, what would happen is the minute the transition happens, any program, there would be an AI program specifically for, you're in a bar, here's your AI. This is what you do. Of course, you're going to have globals as to why the character's in the bar and such like that. But that would all carry over with the character, and there would have to. I haven't figured that part out. But anyways, now how do you do that coming back? You just do the reverse. So I've got a 2 main area collision, which is this one, which is again linked to here. And so on main map, I changed the names because it's making more sense. On main map area, 2D area entered. It's right there. It's apparently taken the name, which I didn't know, off what you name it here, which is pretty cool. And we're just removing it from that other map area. We're signaling back to the main map, hey, this character is moving into the main area, and here's the area. And so we have a moving to main area connection here. And it's going to onMoving, and onMoving is going to do the same thing as the other thing. And it's honestly, it's that freaking simple. It's moving the entire character, changing the tile maps that they work with, and doing the pathing on their own. With no freaking errors, no orphan nodes, no orphan nodes, 60 frames per second. There's no memory stuff. I mean, this is a breakthrough, and this is a basic thing that I may not even use in the game, but it's a basic knowledge I'm glad I have now. Everybody have a great day. Or don't. Hell, I don't know. Will you guys get out of there? Thank you.